Okay, welcome to Lang's Bolorama and the Lang's Invitational pregame show, sponsored by Bolify. Okay, for our first show, we're going to go over a few of the lineups. We're going to recap week one, who started out 4-0, who started out 0-4, who bowled well, who didn't, and just give you an idea of what we think might happen here in the first half. Stick around. Okay, so starting off on the top, the PB&J's, the Bacon's team, sponsored by PB&J's restaurant, I believe it's called. They had a big week. They started out 4-0, led mostly by Mike DeRosa, who shot 766. Pretty big week for him. And they led the league with 3286 in pinfall, and they are currently your leaders in first place. And obviously, Mike DeRosa, a pretty big week for him. Okay, another guy who started off pretty big, Quidaris Rembert, started off with 766 as well. His team, We Them Boys, with Jacob Williams, Ryan McLaughlin, Steve Chartier, and Jared Nimblett. They started out 4-0 as well. Big week for Quidaris as well. He started off with a 298 game and a 766, so a good bowling set for him and a pretty good start for his team. Now we get into a few teams with some interesting team names. The Cheek Clappers, Jerry Bianchi's team. He's bowling with Ryan Nelson, Steve Gardner, Joey Lamette, and Eric Malarkey. They start out 4-0. Big series by Steve Gardner, 718. Had a very good season last year and the season before. 718 is probably just about average for him, so could start for them at 4-0, but we'll see if they can continue their momentum. Also started off 4-0. Pretty good team last year, the Pocket Pounders. Mark Gonzalez, Steve Manchester Sr. and Jr., Dan Chase, and Steve Stroderman. Pretty solid team. Had a very good year last year, winning a half, I believe, and they started off 4-0 as well. Rounding out the bottom 7 teams of the 4-0 club, you had teams such as Hanging Corners. I believe that's Dave Paquin's team. Been around a while. His team started out 4-0. The Misfits and the Scorpion Bowlers will round out the 7 teams that start off the league with a 4-0 record. And the bottom team started out 4-0, 2937 for total pins with handicap is a fairly low number. So kind of interesting. We'll see how that is going forward. But those are your 7 teams that start off undefeated. Okay, now for your honor scores and for your high scores of the week. Mike DeRosa, Mike Carter, and Tim Healy were your 3 bowlers who shot 300 in week 1. Mike Carter also started off with an 801, so he led the league in terms of average and the high score for the week. Good for him. Quidaris Rembert, 298. Grant Henderson, 290 even. Jimmy Zavasta, 279. Lance Outland, 279. Bill LaPointe, 279. Jeff Wilson Jr. and Ken Couture, all 279 in week 1. Let's see. Jimmy Zavasta, 783. Lance Outland, 768. Quidaris, 766. Mike DeRosa, 766, and Kent Couture, 758. Those are your leading scorers in week 1. Congratulations to those. Okay, for our matchup of the week, I would say, without question, it has to be 9 and 10. The Cheek Clappers and the Pocket Pounders, probably 2 of the better names in the league, as well as 2 of the teams that have started 4-0. That's Jerry Bianchi's team with Steve Gardner and company. And the team from here at Lang's, Steve Chartier, Ryan McLaughlin, and company as well. So that matchup takes place at 9 and 10, and hopefully we'll get some footage from that matchup. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more action next week. Please check out the RTR Bowling channel on YouTube, and we will get all the weekly action, including the pregame show here every week. And hopefully I will have some guests and maybe bring some special features from here live at the Nelson. Thank you.
Usually wish you a happy birthday on someone on a
Mike Carter, 300 yards. Shot 800 last week. Now he has 800. run stops at 9 in a row. We're gonna feature match.
He's gonna get Jerry close to 7. It's a big deal for him.
Jerry Bianchi got 7 in a row. It's a big deal, they said. Poor Jerry getting his ass busted. Jerry with 8 in a row. And the cheek clappers with the